brothers and sisters, yes, we have to worship Allah, which is very part of our deen. At the same time, you heard that to establish justice is also part of our deen. Very reason, one of the important reasons why Allah sent down His books and sent down His prophets. That's why we need to discuss these issues as well, while we try to increase our relationship with Allah, to worship in a better way, the same way to establish justice. So how we need to know that there are millions and millions of farmers across the world. Many of these farms are small and only have a few acres of land. This is only livelihood brings to them. You could fit a whole football pitch in 2 acres of land. This is his asset. His all livelihood is there. He needs to get everything out of this. Without the millions of small-scale farmers, we would not be able to have the raw material for our clothes to get, or crops, or vegetables, or fruits. All product we have today coming from them. They are the one who grow for us. We enjoy this sweet banana. You know, who was growing it? How much he is getting? The labor employed there, what is his amount of salary? But the big companies are making all profit. They're getting peanuts. They're getting very small amount. So they play an important role. But small-scale farmers are also easier to be exploited by big companies or buyers. Many of the world's producers, farmers, are not given a fair share of the huge financial benefits that come from international trade. That is billions and billions of pounds. Too often, farmers earn less than the amount it costs them to run their farms, while the big companies making the profits, as you can see. This means that they struggle to pay for essentials like food, schooling, and healthcare. And also they remain in debt because they could not get enough to pay the previous year's debt. All this injustice taking place. What is the role of us? Allah said in the Quran, أَوْفُ الْمِكْيَالَ وَالْمِيزَانَ بِالْقِسْطِ وَلَا تَبْخَسُوا النَّاسَ أَشْيَاءَهُمْ. Give full measures and full weight in justice, and wrong not people in respect of their goods. So we should all have a vision for a world in which justice is at the heart of trade, so that everyone can maintain a decent and dignified livelihood and develop their full potential. Therefore, consuming products that are fairly traded is not a choice, but an Islamic requirement and an important principle in Islam. So over 1 million farmers and workers throughout Latin America, the Caribbean, Africa, and Asia currently work under fair trade conditions. The Fair Trade Foundation is doing all this good job, which leads to benefit for an estimated 5 million people. So fair trade is not totally perfect, but it is the only alternative trade system that exists today. As Muslims, we need to support this initiative until the global trading market changes and becomes fair and just. And we need to carry on the campaign as well to demand from the politicians, from the states to take very practical initiatives to secure that. But we as a Muslim, we have some special way. We can focus something. And that is one of the idea brought by Made in Europe, based in LMC. They are working to improve the Muslim situation. So they are focusing today by campaigning the Palestinian goods by Palestinian, to help the Palestinian people, the suffering people, the deprived people. You know the facts that 50% of the Palestinians suffer from food insecurities. 50% of Palestinians. 80,000 Palestinian families rely on the annual olive harvest for their livelihood since 1967. Since 1967, Israel has destroyed over 800,000 olive trees in the occupied Palestinian territory, which is the main livelihood of the Palestinians, targeted to oppress them more, to deprive them from their basic need of the life. In 1 month alone, during the 2013 olive harvest, Israeli settlers burned and uprooted near about 2,000 olive trees. Water available from the West Bank aquifers, Israel uses 73% of Palestinian water. Palestinians get only 17%, and rest 10% goes to the illegal Israeli settlers. The statistics show that per year, each Israeli consumes as much water as 4 Palestinians, deprived from the water as well. Loss of 2.5 million olive trees due to the building of the wall they are making to divide. Exploitation and child labor on illegal settlement farms, inability to access international markets with only 6% of product being sold abroad because of embargo and because of many other steps they cannot bring, they cannot make the free trade. So these are the facts. What we can do as a Muslim, as we said, the very issue of Al-Quds, Palestine, is very close to our heart. We need to create this awareness that we don't buy Israeli dates, we buy the Palestinian dates. You need to know how you know that. There are organizations make campaigns, there are leaflets and materials available. We need to look at that. Maybe you'll find today something while leaving the masjid, some leaflet could be available today, that how we do generally working for fair trade, that this injustice in the business is slowly removed. We need to be part of this kind of campaign, at least awareness among us, and we also be aware of boycotting the Israeli products, as you time to time see many leaflets and materials are available, and to support the Palestinian farmers, the poor people who grow olive and other Palestinian stuff. We need to buy it to help them. This is a good cause. This is a good step towards establishing justice. At least in a legal way, you can do something to make justice is prevailing and oppressor is not supported by you. The victims, you are trying to help them. This is a good cause, noble cause. So we need this kind of awareness and seriousness and practical steps. While we try to worship Allah, let us try also to establish justice. وبالله التوفيق. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين من كل ذنب فاستغفروا واتوبوا إليه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم.